Okay, now down to your beloved Canberra Raiders, Timmy, and one of the clubs that really has gone aggressive into their juniors. Ricky Stewart has come out and basically said, like, we've gone aggressive juniors. I think it's smart. We spoke about it almost at the start of last year, that instead of going and spending a mozza on top-tier players, I think we all agreed that he should go aggressive in the guys coming out of school, and they have done that. Speak to me, Timmy.
Yeah, a few there. The one, obviously, top of everyone's list, and the one that we're all looking out for is Chevy Stewart this year. Come down from the Shire, been down in the capital for a couple of years now. He's only 18, played a ton of New South Wales Cup last year, was pretty good there. 9 tries, 78 tackle busts, which is very impressive for a kid of that age.
Pappenhausen areas?
Very Pappenhausen areas. Just goal kicker as well, just small. So, like, we don't, Guru and I have a daily chat about him, don't we? And whether or not he'll be ready to go for round 1 this year. Trials are going to be very telling. He's going to have an opportunity to get a start this year. Looks like they might be leaning other ways at the moment. Xavier Savage is one who had really fallen off the radar at the Raiders in the last sort of 12 to 18 months. All reports are that he's blitzing pre-season, turning some heads, more so as a winger than a fullback at the moment, but... yeah, shock. Who saw that coming? But, so I can't wait to see Xavier come out in the trial games. But Xavier, Michael, Hammy, we were talking about off air. I'll give this one to you, mate, actually.
Yeah, made a few calls back to Canberra. Yeah, I'm from Canberra.
Just quickly, just so that people know, we actually tried to get that hat off his head, but he told us he's contractually obligated to wear it for the rest of his life.
Got to keep the sponsors happy. But yeah, Asamoah, I made some calls back to Canberra. Now, Asamoah hails from Griffith, I believe. Played a lot of New South Wales Cup so far. Devastating ball runner. I've heard likened to a bit of a Brian To'o style winger, outside back.
That gets me going.
Yep, big, kind of a bit of size on him. Been having plenty of Canberra milk, plenty of Kingsley's M4s, M7s, Goodberries bulking up down there in the capital. So he's one that when I rang back to the capital the other day, they were saying Asamoah probably not until maybe the back half of the year, but he could be one to keep an eye out for as well.
The other one there that probably just passed CBA territory, played 15 games last year off the bench, but apparently Adam Mariota, he's killing it.
I am so high on him as an explosive front row because he's actually not that tall, but he's real nuggety and he's got a lot of punch about him.
He's Papali'i.
Yeah, he seriously, he looks like Papali'i. Even, I mean, I made the joke per se, when they played the Knights, if you like squinted, it almost felt like Papali'i was playing, but it was Mataori.
He,
Is that funny?
You like that one? I missed that one.
If you squinted, is that the joke that you liked? Oh, okay. Another one on the scoreboard. I'll take that. I'm really excited for him, especially, you've got to give Ricky a lot of credit for the way he's managed his squad rotation of, looking at guys' ages and going, okay, these guys, just development really. Like Tarpiner was outstanding, the timing of that development. Now it looks like Atamata Ore is going to be that next guy, hopefully.
Yeah.
Feels like he's got breakout season written on his forehead to me this year.
It also helps him that, like, just in terms of minutes, with Big Red, Corey Horsburgh suspended till round 4 or so, he's going to get 3 rounds. Every chance he starts for the Raiders at prop, heaps of chance to impress.
Another Raider that I'm still high on him. Trey Mooney.
Yeah.
I still think there's something there. I really, really do. Forwards, as we know, sometimes can take an extra few years. Maybe he's a year or so later than we thought. And also, we got to remember that Raiders forward pack is genuinely one of the hardest forward packs in the comp to get into. Like, it's unbelievable. It's similar-ish to a degree to the Sharkies backline, where, like, you look at that forward pack, and if someone said it's the best forward pack in the comp, people go, oh, come on, mate. So they're not necessarily the best forward pack in the comp, but they're not actually that far off, and yet they finish a bit lower on the table because, other parts of their game. And so it's a hard forward pack to get into, but I think Trey Mooney, whether it's at the Raiders or somewhere else, I think he'll make an impact in the NRL.
Yeah, I'm far from giving up on Trey Mooney. I still think he's got a big future ahead of him. The other name is Ethan Strange, who we haven't mentioned before, or we haven't mentioned today. Look, people saw him in the New South Wales 19s playing centre, and he brained it that night. Very impressive. I think he's more of a 5'8".
Yeah, I think he's a 6.
He left the Roosters as a 6, and I think it sounds like Kale Weeks has sort of got a bit of a mortgage at the moment.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ethan Strange at 5'8" at some point.
Yeah, I think it's funny. I think he's just got the right mixture of ball playing and ball running to be a 6, but at centre, to be an out and out strike centre? Does he have that top tier? And look, I can be wrong. I said the same thing. Guess who I said about Tony Staggs when I was like, I don't know what position Tony Staggs is because like he's not big, he's not overly fast.
Yep.
He could play in the forwards, but he couldn't. And then obviously he becomes a special centre now. Why do you do that? Because he's way stronger than he looks. Like he's unbelievably strong, and also his first 10 metres is super explosive. So obviously I can be wrong, but I look at him and I go, okay, I feel like he's the perfect mix for a modern day 6 at the moment.
Yeah, without going into club preview territory again, I think the Raiders need one of Strange, Weeks or Stewart to hit the ground running this year. Because if none of them do, we're just so light on through the spine. Strange can obviously play centre or 5'8", but if just one of them can get up to first grade quality standard quickly, it just solves a lot of headaches for us. If they don't, I should say, and they are too raw and they're slow to burn, it's going to be an issue.
Be a tough year.
Last one to mention, he's obviously at the Parramatta Eels still, but Ethan Sanders sounds like he is going to make his way down to the nation's capital. Halfback. Hopefully another one of these guys.
Killed it in New South Wales versus Queensland.
Yep,
was
was
like,
very
had the
impressive.
ball on a string. What I love about the Raiders is there's a clear plan. You almost like don't even need Ricky to explain it to you. It's right there for you,
Yep.
you know, and that's what, you know, if I'm a Raiders fan, now they're so gritty, they might make the 8. But if I'm a Raiders fan and go, okay, we come 10th this year, I'd almost be, okay, I'll cop that because there's a clear plan in place for this younger generation to take over. It's clubs where you go, I don't even know what the direction is. We're recruiting some old guys, some young guys. You know, that's where you get concerned. What I'm excited for the Raiders is if this plan works the way they hope it is, in 4 years' time they should be pushing for a top 4 position.
Yeah.
Because they've got some of the best players in key positions for their age group in the squad right now. That's what excites me with Raiders. Anything else, Raiders, boys?
Just doubling down on Ethan Strange. I reckon he'll play sooner than later.
The doggies. We'll go Timmy first.
Yep, so the name coming out of there, Mitch Woods. Apparently an absolute star, young halfback, Steve Mortimer clone.
Captain of their Jersey Flag or SG Ball winning side.
Harold Matts last year.
Harold Matts, and they won the premiership. He was a captain. He just signed a 4-year deal.
Something like that.
Yeah.
18-year-old, speed to burn, a great organiser. He's got an AFL background. Can only assume he's fit as a fiddle
kicking.
as a result.
No wonder he's popped up on your radar then.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, saw him playing years ago.
And you are wearing Sydney Swans colours right
Yeah, I've been stitched up already. But yeah, so much hype around this kid. I hope we get to see him in a trial game this season, whether or not they won't bring him into the top grade too quickly. There's too many smart minds there, particularly Gus Gould, to warrant doing that. But I'd love to see him get a crack even against the Storm this Thursday at Belmore. We'll see what that squad looks like. But
Even
raps.
just to see his mentality, just how he reacts. He doesn't necessarily have to play well. Just how does he react to that Storm jersey that's sitting across from him? There's the age-old story now of Cleary debuting against the Storm, and it wasn't what he did in attack or any crazy, bright light stuff. For people that don't know, he made 40 tackles, and I think he only missed one of them.
Yep.
And like that, ironically, is almost the best debut you can have for a guy like Cleary, because what it says is when the bright lights are on him in big moments, he's not going to crumble to it. He's going to, especially the physical stuff. And I think he's proven that time again over the last few years.
Yeah, if you are someone that gets out there to watch SG Ball or whatever, go and have a look at Canterbury. He'll be playing there. Mitch Woods, halfback. Yeah. So one to watch. Sam Hughes, I think Gus has been talking him up a little bit as a middle forward. They're obviously very short on middle forwards, Canterbury, but this time last year, Gus was talking up Jacob Preston. That didn't play out too badly. So
yeah, it's an all right call. I'll give him that one.
Sam Hughes, one to watch.
Another guy. This is like almost he genuinely, I don't know if he would still qualify for Rookie of the Year, but he could be a schmokey for Rookie of the Year because how much talent he has. Skelton. Yeah. Now, from word that we've got from the Dogs, still working on defensive, reads and that, because he's from uni, he's only new. But when we talk about upside, holy shit, he is special. Even in his debut, or his first few games, I think he ran for 200 plus metres. He is a big, big boy. So Schmokey for Rookie of the Year, if he can sort everything out, because it's going to be tough in the Bulldogs. But mate, he's a guy that can impact games regularly. He looks that talented.
heap of upside. Got a bit of like Greg Marshall about him, the way that he plays.
Yep. And so it'd just be a matter of if he can. It might be next year that this happens because he's still learning the game. It could just all click for him, like Dom Young. Coming into this year, we're all sitting there going with Dom Young, maybe it's going to take 2 or 3 years. And then he woke up one day and just said, I'm going to be one of the best wingers in the comp. Hopefully Skelton is just similar to that.
Just getting reps in. As I said, like ball in hand in attack, there's absolutely no issues on reports. And even in the NRL when we watched him, he looked great with ball in hand. It'll just be, as you said, can be coming from rugby union, just transitioning into the defensive systems. And it's just reps, isn't it? Time and time again. A full pre-season there. He'll learn.
Look how much Will Rawbrook improved from round 1 to the last round. Obviously got the match winner.
Even Guru, you just mentioned Greg Marshall. It took him bloody year. We waited for about 6 years. It felt like
we had to change his name halfway through.
Because Lalesio was tarnished with poor defensive read, so he changed it and he became a superstar.
Yeah.
So that's it, mate. Once he gets it sorted out, his defence, look out.
2 other young guys, Papali'i, who's a fullback there. Very, very handy. I think you might have done a live reaction to him a year or so ago as well.
Yeah, probably.
I could be wrong. But very strong, very quick. And another one...
crazy right foot step, if I recall correctly.
Yes, very handy. Yeah, so he could play a few positions there. And a forward to watch, which they need, Damon Marshall, who they signed from Queensland last year. He came down, played 13 for their Jersey Flegg side that won the comp last year. I actually haven't heard too much about him over the last year or so, but he's one that I've watched and have been very impressed with.